Well, good morning, everyone. Happy Pre-Market Monday. I'm Dr. Stock. This video is for entertainment purposes only. I want to take a look at some of the stocks that are moving in the pre-market and also talk about the FOMC meeting and Jerome Powell's statements that are there to follow. I have a few stocks that are really moving for us, some things that we're interested in. I'll check out AMC, see how that's doing. Clover Health, which had a really nice run last week, but then it sort of is muted in the pre-market today. We'll talk about those momentum plays. I really think that we do have a nice week of trading ahead of us that is going to have our opportunities. So right now it could be a matter of either just watching some green continue. It could be a matter of taking some profits for some of us if we see it that way. If we see a lot of red, it could be a buying opportunity with all the green that we've seen and a lot of the high momentum plays or high growth plays. There haven't been a lot of buying opportunities recently. Even if you look, I still watch ARK Invest when they come through with their different buy and sell reports. Even that has kind of been a shrinking list because there's just been so much upward movement. There's not been a lot of buying from them. So we'll see how this stuff plays out. I want to go ahead and get this video out to you guys as soon as possible, so let's get ready to rock. For those of you who are interested, down in the description is a link to my Patreon. By going over there, you get access to my weekly newsletter, my weekly watch list of stocks for the stocks that I think that are going to be moving throughout the week. We usually get a couple big performers in there, and every once in a while we get some that really fail to meet expectations, but not too often. There's also my growth portfolio, my dividend portfolio, also access to my private Discord, and where I send the different things that I'm buying and selling all through there, and I'm in there talking throughout the week along with the other patrons, so you can come over and help build that community. I really hope to see you over there. Also down in the description is a link to WEBULL. By signing up and depositing $100, you get 2 free stocks valued up to $1,850. So thank you thank you in advance for your support that you show, and I get 2 free stocks for the referral, just so that you guys know that as well. It's the trading platform that I use in my videos. I really do like it. That link for WEBULL is down in the description. Finally, if you haven't already, subscribe, hit the notification bell, hit the like button, share it with your friends. Let's get on to the stocks. Alright, so first a look at AMC, and you can see AMC up through last week's trading has not given up so far. Let's take a look intraday, since this is about the pre-market. And we have some low volume putting us up above that $50 mark. That's going to be an area where it's going to resist. If we open and drop below that, or if we open below that, we could continue to resist below 50. So we'll watch how that takes place. If we do get that short squeeze that is still expected to be coming, we could see it easily just pop up over the 50. As a matter of fact, if all we saw was a gamma squeeze before and we're coming up on a really big short squeeze, then even pushing past that 70-ish level that we saw earlier could definitely be expected. So keep an eye on AMC. We'll see what takes place right now. We have decent volume on this in the early pre-market hours. As we're looking at this right now, it's about 6:45 Eastern time. So 6:45-ish. So we'll see how this plays out. We'll see if it stays above or if this is just pre-market noise that we have. And as I mentioned, in solidarity with the apes, I would hold my AMC position. I bought into it somewhere around 57. I still continue to hold on to that position, and we'll see how that one plays out. Clover Health. There we go. Let's change our scale a little bit here. There we are. So when you look at Clover Health, they had a really nice run up to about $28 per share, and they've sold off significantly since then and have settled, but they haven't come back down to the low that they were at, right in between $8 and $9 per share. So let's keep an eye on that, and we could see this form a baseline of support for us before ramping back up again today. So we'll see what happens as that plays out. One of the big pre-market movers that we have is ORPH, and for them, the news that's coming out is there's anticipated FDA action for ORPH. So this could be one that could trade really well for us. So we closed somewhere. Let me go back to this one to see where we closed. We closed last week at $9.33, and we're currently sitting at $11.20. So we'll see what we get coming out of this, but we could have some really good news coming out of ORPH for us as we move forward. We'll watch for that FDA action and see what takes place. My goodness, look at that. just a quick look at the daily chart to see what has taken place. So on 6/10, wow, this thing hit $77 per share. Let's see where it closed at. It closed at $21 per share, and now we're all the way down at $9.33. So Orphazyme, that what you see here is that this was one of those unexplained events. It was called a Denmark meme stock, and its trading volume back on 6/10 was 7.6 million, compared to, look at some of these other trading volumes, 44,000, 50,000, 60,000, just reading off some of them, 14,000. So we went from just low to mid tens of thousands of shares traded per day, all the way up to 7.6, and then when we looked at Friday's trading, 42 million shares to put it up to the price that it's normally at right now. So it's still about 2x from where it was. And even if we look in the pre-market hours, between being the meme stock and the FDA approval, or the FDA action, I should say, I don't know if it's an approval that they're going after, we could see some of this strength show up at the open. From what I can see right now, being that this is all on low volume as well, we could expect that it's going to pull back to around that mid $9 range before making any sort of march upward. I think we're going to have a lot of people who are excited, who are trying to catch on to those 15x gains on this stock. So we'll see. I think that FDA approval plus being the Danish meme stock could be something that could really be a huge catalyst for a big price spike. So we'll keep our eyes on this as far as momentum goes. Some of those trading volumes are pretty intriguing, and taking a small position that an insignificant amount of funds to put into this to see what happens, especially because if we do get the FDA news that's anticipated, and if that's the reason why the meme stock has had such an increase in price, and the reason for such this big jump that we saw here, if that was a short squeeze, I don't know about the short interest of this company, that's certainly something that we could look into. But if that's what explains this, and all those short positions have been exited, then we might not see that action come out. So we could be moving on legitimate news from the FDA action that's expected for the drug that they are currently in the trials, somewhere in the trials or clinical phases or something of. That could be good news for us moving forward. There we go. So when we look at the Luokung Technology Core, this is one that was facing delisting. Check out that gap up that we have in the pre-market. So we were sitting right around, let me see, we closed at $1.77, and now we're currently up about 35 cents from there in pre-market trading hours. So nice gap up for us. Let's see what the volume looks like over the past couple of days. All right, so the volume not astounding. We do have a tapering of the highs. We have a rising of the lows. This thing could continue to push higher. That gap up that it's currently at puts us right around, like we're sitting right around here. So we are right around a resistance level. So if we open above $2 and where's that candle at? There we go. So if we open above 210, that could be a good sign for us. We want to get significantly above that in order to break this high that we have over here. Let's put on the moving averages. All right, so we're up above the EMA 200, and we're also up above the SMA 50 when we look at this. So, and we also have positive slope. This one inflected as a positive slope. This thing could break higher as we watch it take place. Of course, there's not a lot to make out of those low volume pre-market hours like we have. So this, being that it's up on low volume, could be something that would spike up on us. So drilling down a little bit further, look at the 5-minute chart that we have here. There was 293,000 shares, almost 294,000 shares purchased right here. So the high 217, the low 216, so 217, 216, and I'd imagine that's why we have all this other excitement coming into the trading day here. So it peaked at 225, which, looking at the daily chart, that was another one of the high spikes that we've had. If we can make it up above that 225, then we have just a huge area before there's any other sort of resistance that we would hit, according to what we've previously seen on the chart. So that could put us into a sort of no man's land. So I haven't seen any explanation for this huge volume spike that we had to open the trading day today. However, that could come out later on as the trading day progresses. All right, and then one final stock for you that has seen a lot of recent momentum is Novon ticker symbol NOVN. And when we look at this, its price action today, it's moving in the pre-market because H.C. Wainwright maintained its buy rating and upgraded the price target from $20 per share up 40% to $28 per share. So a new 12-month price target on this one of $28, and it's currently trading at $16. So we can still move up $12 from there. So a 75% upside from where it's currently trading at in the pre-market hours. And if we look at the analyst estimates that we have, and I believe this is one that I've mentioned before, I feel like I've looked at this one before, $20 per share is the low analyst estimate. Well, I guess it's between two analysts, so this one must have been the H.C. Wainwright one, so that 20 is now a 28. So now the low analyst estimate that we have on this one, like I said, a 40% increase puts us even deeper into these price targets. So we might not hit those price targets, but it's at least expected to have a positive outlook going forward. Let's see what this company does. There you go. So healthcare, pharmaceuticals, so that would explain why we have such a big jump in price target as we go forward with Novon being that it's a pharmaceutical stock. All right, another pre-market mover that we have is Entasis Therapeutics, and they have a low price target, I believe, of $6 per share. So let's look at the analyst estimates. Oh, it's $5 per share. The average is $6, and so we have 5 analyst ratings on this. One is a strong buy. The other 4 have buy ratings on this one. So this could be one to look at for maybe a longer term outside of the momentum that we see today. So just to take a quick look at the chart on this one, you can see that we gapped up from the after hours. So we had a nice little volume spike here in the after hours on Friday's trading, and then a much bigger volume spike here in the pre-market hours. So this is Entasis Therapeutics Holdings, ticker symbol ETTX. All right, and finally, I don't want to leave out Senseonics that we have here. So Senseonics is up about 10% pre-market, and you can see a lot of that run-up happened in the after hours on Friday, and it's still moving into today. This is another one of those times that you could see an immediate drop when the market opens, and depending on the market bias and what we see for momentum or short squeeze news coming out of this, we could see the price action go much higher on Senseonics, but then again, we could also see it drop significantly if the momentum doesn't hang around. We do see the volume up on this from Friday versus where it was at on Thursday and even Wednesday in last week's trading. So having the high volume that it does right now in the pre-market means that it's fairly active, relatively speaking, in the pre-market. We could see, let's see some of the volumes that we have here. So some of the volumes from the last pre-market are in the low tens of thousands. And if we go to the pre-market today, we are in the low to mid. So this is a comparable pre-market to what we saw in Friday's trading. We also have ORPH, which is the Danish meme stock that if it gets positive FDA action, we could see a lot more upside potential for that one in the short term. ETTX is also another one that's really moving in the pre-market. These are all examples of stocks that have momentum already in the pre-market hours and already trading significantly up from where they're at. A lot of times when stocks are trading up in the pre-market, we can see them drop off at the opening bell, and then we look for signs of a reversal, and then we could see continued momentum throughout the rest of that trading. So as you look into these, maybe you'll find some that you like. And then, with that, maybe you'll find some intraday opportunities, short-term opportunities, or who knows, for some of them, maybe you'll even find some longer-term opportunities that would allow you to take a position based on the research and due diligence that you do. And regardless of whether you trade or you don't trade, or whether or not you invest, all I hope for you is that I gave you some opportunities, some stocks to look at, and maybe by picking through them, you found a way to turn it into a profitable position for yourself. So let me summarize. AMC, Clover Health, Senseonics, those different meme stocks that we have. Also ORPH, which is the Danish meme stock, apparently. I guess is how it's been phrased by the media. I don't know that we'll see another run up to, I think, what it hit, $77. However, if we get FDA action coming out of there that is positive, that could be a catalyst that does push us a little bit higher. We also have ETTX, which is down below the analyst estimates that are on there. We also have LKCO, which is also up in the pre-market hours on price and on volume. So that's another place that you could look for positive upside potential. Remember, when the market opens, we can see a lot of drops right at the market open, at the opening bell before these stocks turn around. So people will lock in profits at market open, and then the momentum continues from there. That is a very common occurrence to see, so just be careful that you don't end up buying at a high price and then getting caught as a bag holder because of what you saw during relatively low pre-market volume. Even though it might be high compared to the other stocks that you have trading in the pre-market, it still could be a place where you end up getting stuck. So be careful, watch for those signs, invest well for those of you who would take long-term positions, and trade wisely for those of you who would be looking at this more as an intraday or even a swing trade type thing. As always, this channel is about working towards financial freedom and bringing to you entertainment and education and opportunity in order to find ways in which you can leverage that information in order to turn it into something profitable for yourself. So thank you guys for stopping by. The link for my Patreon is down in the description. Also down in the description is the link for WEBULL. Sign up, deposit $100, get your 2 free stocks. Help me out because I'll get 2 free stocks as well for the referral. Thank you guys for any support that you show. Go ahead, hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, help this video get out to others who you think it would also help. It helps me move up through the algorithm. Hit the notification bell so you can see anytime my videos come out. Remember, these videos are for entertainment purposes only. Always do your own research and due diligence. Contact a financial advisor before making any financial decisions. I'm Dr. Stock. Thanks for rocking with me. Now go get that money.